Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Chris. Wasn't planning on doing this video, but the Oscars happened last night. I don't even have to finish that sentence at this point. Everybody kind of knows what happened. We all know what went down at the Oscars last night. Don't really need to get into it into in depth. We all saw the slap, and we've seen it at some point, if not last night, then today. Um, but the big thing is um, just to kind of give thoughts on it at this point because that's all we can really do at this point. It happened, it's done. Shit done popped off already. Here are my thoughts on this. One, um, Will Smith was all the way wrong for this. I get it. That's your wife. You're defending your spouse. I understand just wanting to defend your spouse. There are ways to go about doing this that don't involve you slapping some dude on national television. You don't have to hit somebody to defend your spouse. Okay? That you don't have to always respond with violence. You can pull a motherfucker aside and talk with him, which is what his ass should have done last night. Period. You don't hit somebody on a national stage, on national television, with millions of people watching, because you were laughing at the joke at first until you saw your wife wasn't having it. Then you reacted, and it's like, yo, it was funny at first. Now you're mad because she didn't like the joke. It makes you look weak, dude. It makes you look real weak. So that's the first takeaway. The second takeaway, he's lucky that Chris Rock didn't press charges. That is assault. That is battery. You can't hit somebody in public, no matter what they fucking say. Like my soon to be wife knows that I will defend her if somebody's being out of pocket or talking out of pocket. But she also knows that I'm not gonna hit a motherfucker first. I'm not just gonna go off and punch somebody. I'm not like some 20-year-old, not some teenage dumbass. I'm a grown ass man. There are ways you handle stuff when you know better. And Will Smith is 50 something years old and should have known better than to do that. That's the second part. That's not the violence is an answer, but it's not the answer. The bigger thing here is Will Smith had his crowning achievement as an actor last night. Okay? He won his first Oscar after many nominations and many times where a lot of people think he should have won it. Supporting actor, 6 Degrees of Separation, he should have probably won. Best actor for Ali, probably should have won. Pursuit of Happiness, probably should have won. 7 Pounds, I don't think he got nominated for. Concussion, didn't get nominated, should have been, should have won. And then finally, King Richard, he finally wins it. After all this time, all this love for his acting ability, he finally gets the brass ring. He finally reaches that unreachable, that height. And now no one's talking about it because he had a hood moment on national television. It's not even being talked about. No one's talking about the fact that this man won his first Oscar. He might have to give that back, by the way, because what he did was a violation of the Academy's Code of Conduct. He may have to return that Oscar and they may strip him of it. So he may not even still be the best actor winner by the time the day's over or by the end of this week. They may strip him and give it to somebody else. All because he couldn't keep his fucking composure over a goddamn joke. Now, some people want to say Chris Rock was wrong for making a joke. He should have known about her condition. He may not have known. Like, it's not his job to know everything about Jada Pinkett Smith or her having alopecia. I didn't know until last night. Most people I know didn't know she had alopecia until last night. It doesn't mean that it doesn't, and by the way, it's not a life threatening disease. It just means your hair's falling out. It can be traumatic and stuff like that, and it's a sad thing for a young woman. Traumatic, I get that, but it's not like she had cancer or like some life-threatening illness. Her hair's falling. She's losing her hair. Yes, Chris Rock made the documentary Good Hair. Has nothing to do with the joke he made last night, and it wasn't even about her hair. It was about G.I. Jane 2. It was a joke about her possibly being in a movie, not about her hair directly or her condition directly. Period. It wasn't. You can say what you want. You can try to say, oh, he's joking on her. It wasn't necessarily about her. And he was joking about other people's spouses, but we got the Will and Jada. He was joking about Javier Bardem and his wife both been up for Oscars, and how if one wins, the other can't. If she wins, he can't. If she don't win, he can't win. Saying he got to root for Will Smith at this point if he doesn't win Best Actor, or his award. If his wife doesn't win, he can't. That was the crux of the joke. And he just made an offhanded joke about Jada. Like, she's the one that reacted all tight-faced and rolling her eyes and shit. And Will was laughing at first. So clearly he thought the fucking joke was funny till he saw that she wasn't having it. Then he decided to act a fucking fool on stage in front of everybody. Because that's what that was. It was Will Smith acting a fucking fool. He embarrassed himself. He embarrassed his family. He embarrassed the Williams family. He embarrassed his co-stars. He embarrassed everybody. He embarrassed the Academy itself. All over a joke that didn't land right with his wife and some of the crowd. But he laughed at first. So he's now got to live with the consequences of his dumbassness on this moment. Like, no one's talking about him winning the fucking Oscar last night, which in any other moment would have been the big story that he finally won. Instead, all we're talking about now is his stupid ass behavior last night and how fucking disappointing it is. Because that's what it is. As a longtime fan of Will Smith, I'm disgusted by his behavior last night. It made me sad to see that happen. Like, I get it. He's gone through a pretty rough year of people dunking on him and making jokes about him because of the whole entanglements deal with Jada Pinkett sleeping with that dude. That's her son's age. This shit's awkward as fuck, and I felt bad for Will in that situation. My heart broke for that man. Like, not only to have like your wife like tell you she cheated on you, but to do it on television and you're sitting there crying because you're hurt. My heart broke for that man. I've been cheated on, and it fucks you up. It devastates you. It makes you question everything about your fucking manhood. It makes you question all kinds of shit about yourself, the person you're with. And he's been dealing with like people joking on him and stuff. And he alluded to it in his acceptance speech. Like, he's had to sit back and kind of take it and just laugh and smile while people have been going after him and attacking him and making jokes on him. And he just had to roll with it. Last night, he fucking snapped. And that part I will acknowledge. Like, he probably reached a breaking point and he snapped. And it's not good that he snapped when he did, but I hope he gets help because he needs to. I mean, it's fucked up that he did what he did. And then Chris Rock, like, he handled it the best way he possibly could by not drop kicking that man in his fucking face after he slapped him. Like, if you if you hit me, I mean, it's on at that point. It's go time if you hit me. Like, you can say whatever you want about me. You can call me a dickhead, call me all kinds of names, call me I'm a name, call me whatever you want. The second you put your hands on me, it's on. Chris Rock showed an incredible amount of restraint, not only not swinging back on that dude, but not going back in on him and being like, dude, what the fuck? Approaching him and doing something to make the situation worse. He was like, wow, dude, it was a joke about this. He went and explaining the joke like it wasn't about your wife, it was about this. Bro, what the fuck? And then he tried to keep the thing going, to keep everything going. Like, for real, Will Smith should have gotten taken out of the building. Security should have kicked his ass out. Like, for real. And the only reason I'm thinking they didn't do it is because they knew he was winning Best Picture or Best Actor, and they didn't want that embarrassment of him not being there to accept it because of what he fucking did. They probably knew he was getting it, and that's why they didn't kick him out. That's my opinion. I could be completely wrong on that. But now he's got to deal with all this fucking fallout from it. You got actors who were like, it's a shame it happened because it tarnished his night. It tarnished his whole moment. John Leguizamo said it perfectly. It was just a sad moment because it tarnished his whole night. Will finally, he deserved it for King Richard, and that whole event just tarnished everything. And for all you people out there saying, oh, Will did what he should have done, no, he fucking didn't. For the record, if you or I did that, we'd have got locked the fuck up. We'd have got arrested right there on the spot. We'd be in fucking jail right now. The only reason he's not are two reasons. One, Chris Rock didn't press charges, and two, he's famous. That's it. If you or I were to hit somebody over a fucking joke about, like, if you got up on a stage and hit a stand-up comic at a comedy club over a joke they made about your wife's condition or your husband's condition, you would go to fucking jail. They would kick you out. You would go to jail for assault because they'd call the fucking cops on your ass. Point blank, period. He wasn't right. Will Smith was wrong last night. As far as Chris Rock, was it a low blow? Maybe. But it's jokes. He's a fucking comedian. He's there to tell jokes. Like, don't hire comedians if you don't want them to make jokes. Like, what the fuck? He's there doing his job. He doesn't deserve to get assaulted for doing his job. No comedian deserves to be assaulted by anybody because they're doing their fucking job. Okay? They don't. They're doing their job. They're trying to make a living. And at that time, he was an employee of the Academy because they hired him to be a presenter. You can't assault the Starbucks guy for fucking up your drink. You can't go into Burger King and attack the guy for not giving you enough fries in your fucking order. Like, you can't do that. They're just doing their fucking job. You can't assault them because they may not have done it to your liking or you got, like, no, you can't do that. So, my thoughts are, like, again, like, was the joke wrong? Maybe, but that part's irrelevant. Will Smith should have handled shit differently. He should have pulled them aside in private and been like, hey, man, I don't know if you know, but, my wife has a condition. Jada has a condition. That's why she shaved her head. That's why she's bald. It would mean a lot if you could apologize. And Chris Rock would probably do that. Would have probably apologized. And none of the embarrassment of last night would have happened for him or Chris. Or Jada, because it had to be embarrassing for her to see her husband act a fucking fool like that. Or she didn't give a fuck. Like, clearly she didn't give a damn, like, I'm just going to come out and say it. She don't really, is she happy her husband did that on national television? Like, she can't be happy about that. She can't be happy he got up and did that. There's no fucking way she's okay with that. And if she is, I call into question her character. Like, I would like to think that my wife or to be wouldn't want me hauling off and hitting somebody over a fucking joke. If I were in that situation, I think she'd be fucking embarrassed. I would like to think that she would want me to handle it differently. I would think that my mom would want me to handle that differently. Or anybody I know, like any woman in my life that I know, like my stepdaughters or like my friends who are female, want me hauling off and hitting somebody over a joke like that. Because you don't do that shit. It's not appropriate to do what Will Smith did, no matter the circumstances that led to it. If there was a past joke or past bad blood, that also doesn't fucking matter. You don't put your hands on somebody unless you're ready to really fight them. Not over a goddamn joke. I don't give a fuck what Chris Rock said. He did that because Chris Rock wasn't the type of person that would fight back. If Dwayne Johnson or Vin Diesel made that joke, I bet you he'd have stayed his ass in his fucking seat. Let Dwayne Johnson make that same joke about that G.I. Jane joke at the Oscars. I guarantee you Will Smith stays in his seat and doesn't get up and try to slap Dwayne Johnson or Vin Diesel or like somebody like that. I guarantee you he wouldn't do that. I guarantee you he would have stayed his ass in his fucking seat and not moved. Also, Jada can't defend herself. Like, she can't defend herself. She can't react or say something like, hey, I've got a condition, man. What the fuck? She could have spoke for herself in that moment. Say, hey, I have a medical condition, asshole. That's why I'm bald. She could have said that herself. And then he would have been like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I didn't know. My apologies on with the show. I'm sorry. Didn't get that opportunity because Will did what he did. But Jada Pinkett's free, like all cool, putting all that fucking business out there all over the goddamn place, right? But she can't defend herself or her own shit over when somebody makes a joke about her head. She can put like all her like sex business out there for the public a year ago, but she can't. Nah, man, speak for yourself on that, homie. She could have spoke for herself on that. Period. So in closing, obviously, I mean, nobody comes out winning in this situation. There are no winners or losers. Like Chris Rock lost because of the joke not landing and it being kind of ill-timed and possibly insensitive to Jada Pinkett Smith's condition. Will Smith completely lost because he lost his fucking shit and did something fucking stupid on national television in front of the whole fucking world and basically embarrassed himself straight up. So there are no winners here. That's basically the gist of it. Will Smith, I hope he apologized to Chris Rock. I hope they got some way and talked it out and settled it. I hope that's what happened at the end of this, and I hope that Will Smith doesn't, as a fan of Will Smith, like, he's never going to live this down. Like, this will be something he's forever remembered for. And that's not the way that I want to remember Will Smith. Not on the night that he finally got his just due as an actor and finally got the credit he deserves for how good he is. But he fucked that up. And that's going to be something he has to live with. If he loses or if they take away his Oscar for that shit, he has no one to blame but himself. If he winds up having trouble in his career after this, he has no one to blame but himself for anything that happens from here. It's his fucking fault. And for real, I don't feel bad for him. Because he should have just kept his fucking cool and just kept it moving and not done what he did. He fucked up and he fucked up bad. And anything other than that, the whole Chris Rock deserved it. No, he fucking did not. You can't do that. There's no place that's acceptable. It's acceptable for Will Smith to do what he did last night. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not. And y'all are, if anyone defended Will Smith on that level, you're wrong as fuck. Period. He should have handled it differently. Straight up. Period. No debate about that. He should have pulled him aside in private and had a conversation with him. Slapping him in the face on national television was the wrong fucking move. Anyway, I've got some stuff I got to do today because bit of good news. Just a quick update. I'm getting married Wednesday. Yeah, that's right. I am walking down the aisle. I am tying the knot with the fiance. We're making it official. So that's good news. I just wanted to chime in on the Will Smith situation with Chris Rock real quick, give that brief update. But yeah, I'm getting married. So that's going to be a thing. I'm looking forward to it. Should have done it a couple years ago, but we weren't in the right place to do it. But we're doing it now. So anyway, we're getting married. I'm getting married tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. Anyway, my mind's all over the place because I'm trying to get everything together for this wedding. I had to make a bunch of calls last night to get people together to come to the wedding. Luckily, it's like some people can't make it, which is unfortunate. A lot of people are going to be able to make it, which is a good thing. Looking forward to look at the whole deal. Looking forward to it. So it's crazy. Something I didn't expect to be happening, but it is. So here goes nothing. Uh, so anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I got stuff to do today. Marriage prep. The work search continues as well. I got a couple interviews set up for this week, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.